Hi Niranjan, how are you?
Fine, sir.
Prepared for an exam?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we'll have a doubt session first. After that, anybody wants any topic revision, we will do. We'll move to the, yes, we will wind up the class after the things. We'll wait for others. Meanwhile, you just start doing the revision. I don't want to waste your time. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good
Sir.
evening.
Yeah, related to today exam, if you are having any doubts, please let me know. I'm Sini, Niranjan, and Amrita. Meanwhile, yes, ma'am will come and change the host. Till that, practiced, or shall I go for a basic revision? Like just what is there in coordinate geometry, what is there in circles and statistics, like that. Whatever the thing you want, we will have a revision. Or just we can discuss the doubts. If you want, I will post some questions. You can do that one also.
Sir, what are all there for the construction, sir? All the things are there for the constructions for this exam.
See, constructions, drawing the tangents to a triangle, different models. That is the main thing. And splitting a line into a given ratio. Got it what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
There are three things in constructions actually. First one is splitting a line into given ratio. Like they will give a line, like 10 centimeter line, 6.8 centimeter line, some line of some given length. They will ask us to draw first. They will ask like split this line into 3:4 ratio, or mark the point into 3:4 ratio, 5:3 ratio. And after that, they will ask us to write similar triangles. They will give one triangle. They will ask us to draw the another triangle of the some other ratio. Got it what I'm saying?
Sir, what you said at the last is not there for the exam, sir.
And now this similar triangle construction is not there for exam.
Okay, sir.
And the next one is drawing a tangent to a given circle. That is there for exam again. This is the order of the topics in our textbook. So the similar triangle was removed. I will show you. I made a Excel sheet related to that. Updated science take last time syllabus status. I will share. Yes, we hold on a minute. Once ma'am comes, she will share the screen. Wait for that. And in construction of a triangle similar to a given triangle is not there. Only uh, finding a point or dividing a line into a given ratio and drawing a tangent to a given circle at different situations. Like they will construction is same, but the way they are asking the question is different. Sometimes they will ask us angle. Sometimes they will ask us to prove the length of the tangent is this much practically and theoretically like that. And when it comes to coordinate geometry, area of the triangle is not there. There is a formula we already discussed. The area of the triangle is not there. And when it comes to circles, there is no deletion. Statistics, step deviation method, finding the mean, cumulative frequency graphs are not there. In probability, there is no deletion. So these are the 5 topics we are going to write the exam today. Am I right? Correct, Amrita? Niranjan,
Yes, sir.
clear what I'm saying related to this 5 chapter? What are the 5 topics we are going to write today? These are the things are not available.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Any other things? Meanwhile, any doubts, please let me know, guys. Good evening, everyone. Anyone having any other doubts related to today's exam? Any questions when you are practicing any topic? Ranjan, Hamsini, Nirupama, Sandhya, anyone? Guys, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Just hold on a second. Still, post was not changed. We can start with the basic revision, guys. All the topics. Let's see anywhere any doubt, please let me know. Yes, I'm going to share the screen. First, we'll start with circles. We already done. So what are the things we done in circle? Anyone an idea? We don't have any deletion in this. Very few things. First, different parts of the circle. What are the different parts of the circle? First, can you? Anyone can define the circle, guys? Sandhya or anyone? Anyone can define the circle? Niranjan.
Sir,
Okay. Anyone can able to define the circle?
Sir, a circle is a collection of points in a plane which are at a constant distance from a fixed point. Sir.
Yeah, the constant distance is called radius, and the fixed point is called center of the circle. Yeah, the circle is here. We started with the definition of the circle. Circle is a collection of points in a plane which are at constant distance from a fixed point. That fixed point is called center. That constant distance is called radius. So we can able to discuss the center and radius started from this. That twice the radius is called diameter or longest chord. If a line is intersecting the circle, that is called secant. It will divide the circle into two parts. One is major part and another one is minor part with respect to area. The major part is called major segment and minor part is called minor segment. If you are cutting the circle with respect to the center, it's called arc. major arc and minor arc. The which is having more area or more angle, that is called major arc. Which is having less area or less angle is called minor arc. And the secant is a line which is intersecting the circle at 2 points. If a secant is intersecting the circle at 1 point, that is called. All these things are called different parts of the circle. See here in this diagram, he explained about the second. B is called chord. If the secant is passing through the center of the circle, the chord is called diameter. If the secant is touching only at one point at the circle, that situation is called tangent. If you draw a normal to the tangent, it is always passing through the center. That is called normal. These are the different parts of the circle. The point of contact, the common point between the circle and the tangent is called the point of contact. If a line intersects the circle only at one point, that is called, it's not called actually intersecting, it's called touching. Intersecting at one point is called touching. It's called tangent. Secant, which already discussed earlier, there is only one tangent at a point on the circle. If it is outside the circle, the point is outside the circle, you can able to draw the two tangents. If the point is on the circle, you can draw only one tangent. The point is inside the circle, you can't draw any tangents, so no tangents. There are only three situations a point can be able to mark in a plane with respect to a circle: inside the circle, outside the circle, and on the circle. So the length of the tangents drawn from an external circle are equal. Suppose if I am drawing a tangent from an external circle, the length of the tangents are equal. That theorem once we done. And if you connecting a radius to the point of contact, the radius line is always perpendicular to the tangent drawn at that point. This is always 90 degrees. Based on this, we are having some numericals and theorem. This is only the overview of the circles. In a simple format, how we can revise. We don't have any proofs or we don't have any much formulas in this. Am I right, guys? Is it
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Say we will do a few numericals, one or two numericals, and we will jump to the coordinate geometry after this. Shall we do one or two numericals? Will you try? Or we'll go for the revision? Guys, it's your wish. It's a revision class. It's completely, it's your freedom. Whatever thing you want, you can able to discuss. There is no shy or any.
Can we continue and then at the end, can we do the sums?
Okay. The next one is coordinate geometry. See, only distance formula. And there are three things in coordinate geometry. One is distance formula. Second one is section formula, and third one is area of the triangle. For 2021 syllabus, area of the triangle is not there, but anyway we discussed. We are actually so far they never asked the proof of the distance formula, but it is derived from the Pythagoras theorem. The distance formula meaning is, in a plane there are 2 points A x1 comma y1, B x2 comma y2. The distance can able to measure practically using a scale, but we can't measure always like this. So for that, analytically they proposed a formula, a distance between, in a plane between 2 points A x1 y1, B x2 y2 is square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. These are the certain points, the distance of a point from the origin. Simply, one point is 0, 0. Automatically, another point is x, y. If you apply the distance formula, you will get the distance from the origin to a point is square root of x square plus y square. Section formula. So based on this, what kind of numericals they may expect, guys? Any idea? So far, we done some discussion on what kind of numerical they will ask based on the distance formula. What kind of numericals? Anyone? Just revise. I'm not asking you to do form. questions. What kind of questions they may ask? Niranjan or Sandhya, anyone can give any idea? Can you share? Because you already done some practice from the textbook now. Anyone, guys?
Sir, we have to prove if the given quadrilateral is a rectangle or square, or we have to find which quadrilateral it is.
Sir, they may ask whether the line is collinear or not.
Yeah, they may ask whether the line is collinear or not. The line is collinear or not, we can able to discuss in two ways. One is, suppose if A, B, C are the 3 points, we may prove AB plus BC is equal to AC. This is one way of proving. Another one is using the area of the triangle formula. If the 3 points are collinear, the area of the triangle is 0. That is one more formula. But anyway, area of the triangle is removed from the syllabus. No other option. We have to use the distance formula to check the area of the triangle. Next one is related to quadrilaterals and triangle. They will give 4 points or 3 points. They will ask you what kind of triangle it will form using the distance formula. What kind of quadrilateral it will form using the distance formula. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Next one is section formula. If there are A is x1, y1 and B is x2, y2, P is a point which is dividing the line M1 is to M2 ratio or M is to N ratio. So this is a formula depicts which will divides the AB line in the ratio of M is to 1 or M1 is to M2. The point P is mx2 plus nx1 or m1x2 plus m2x1 by m1 plus m2, m1y2 plus m2y1 by m1 plus m2. If I am taking the ratio is k is to 1, suppose if any one point is, any one value is 1, we can consider k is equal to m1 by m2 and we can able to proceed. This concept will be useful to calculate the, sometimes they won't give any point, they will give only one clue and they will ask us to find out the ratio. Whenever you are assuming the ratio, you should not assume with two variables. You have to assume the ratio like k is to 1. You should not assume like x is to y, or you should not assume m is to n. Whenever you are going to calculate the ratio of the line with respect to a point, assume that is k is to 1. Don't take many variables. Always you have to keep it in mind when you are dealing the math, not only here. Whenever you are assuming something to calculate, you have to minimize the variables. Unknown values you have to minimize. Instead of taking m1 by m2, you can take k by 1. So the k value will become a fraction automatically. That is the final answer. Based on this, we can calculate the midpoint formula and trisection formula. So midpoint formula means from the ratio formula, like from the section formula, we know m1x2 plus m2x1 by m1 plus m2, m1y2 plus m2y1 by m1 plus m2. There is a line a comma b which is dividing this line into two parts, like m is to n ratio or m1 is to m2. P is a point. If you want to say P is a midpoint, when I can say P is a midpoint, PA by PB is equal to 1. That is PA is to PB will be equal to 1 is to 1. Then only I can say P is midpoint. So the midpoint formula, if I want to say the midpoint formula, I will get x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. Keep it m1 is equal to 1, m2 is equal to 1, then we'll get. This is a midpoint formula. Same as we are having the trisection formula. AB is a line. If I'm asking you to find out the trisection point means there are the 2 points, like P is a point which is dividing 2 is to 1 ratio, and Q is another point which is dividing 1:2 ratio. The PQ together is called trisection. There are some points. How many points required to divide the line into 3 equal parts? 1, 1, 1. So suppose if it is 6 centimeter line, 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter. So P is a point which is dividing 2:4 ratio, and Q is a point which is dividing 4:2 ratio. This means P will divide the line 1:2 ratio, Q will divide the line 2:1 ratio. So by applying the section formula, you can able to calculate trisection formula, trisection points. Trisection means it is not only one point, you will get the 2 points for a line. Is it clear what is the difference between trisection and midpoint? Midpoint is a point which will divide the line into 2 equal parts. Trisection is the points which will divide the line into 3 equal parts. Clear?
Yes, sir.
The last one is, which is out of the syllabus, area of the triangle and condition for collinearity. I already told you, condition for collinearity is 2 ways we can discuss. One is using the distance formula also you can able to prove condition for collinearity, or using the area of the triangle formula also you can able to discuss condition for collinearity. Using the area of the triangle, simply if I am giving 3 points PQR, this is a formula represents area of the triangle formed by the PQR. When this triangle area is 0, if 3 are lying on the same line, P is on, Q is here and R is here. If PQR lies on the same line, then I can say the area formed by these 3 triangles are say 0, then I can say the 3 points are lying on same line. Same line means it's a satisfying the collinearity condition. Is it clear? Shall I move to the next one? But this part is not part of the syllabus, which already discussed, might be in school also. Is it clear, guys? Shall I move to the next one?
Yes, sir.
So constructions. Construction is also like depends upon your skill. I can't say it's like completely logic based, but majority is like the way how we are drawing the things. What are the things there? We are having 3 things. Division of a line segment. That means if I am giving a line AB, find the point P which is dividing 5:4 ratio or 2:3 ratio like this. And application of this is, suppose I will ask a triangle. Draw another triangle which is in the ratio of 1:2. So they will give ABC. We have to draw BPQ. So just same triangle with some other ratio. This is called similar triangles. Drawing the similar triangles using the constructions concept. So that is not there. This is not in the syllabus. Construction of tangents to a circle. Only 2 options. One is the point is outside the circle, or the point is inside the on the circle. On the circle means just join the center to the point and perpendicularly you have to draw a line. If it is outside the circle, there is a procedure. Join the line, find the midpoint, draw the triangle. Wherever the triangle is intersecting, join to those points. That is a procedure. So let's see how they frame it into different points. Yes, 4 points. Division of a line segment into given ratio internally. It's very simple. Suppose if I want to divide into 4 parts, 4 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. O, A1, A2, A3, A4. With same angle, with the same length, draw this side. This is A, this is B. B1, B2, B3, B4. If I want to join midpoint, A2 to B2 here. So from here to 2:2 ratio is called midpoint. Or if I'm asking you to draw 3:1 ratio, from here 3, from this side it is 1. So this P represents 2:2 ratio, Q represents 3:1 ratio. This is one of the simplest method how we can able to split the line into a given ratio. Is it clear, guys? Division of a line segment in a given ratio internally. So this part is not there. Construction of a triangle is not there. Again, construction of tangents to a circle. See, these are the two guidelines or suggestions. Construction should be neat and clean and as per the scale given in the question. Steps of the construction should be provided only of those questions where it is mentioned. So this is a suggestion. If you are having the time, please mention the steps. At least 3 to 4 steps is enough because you don't have very much of big constructions. All are the simple constructions. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next one is, we'll move to the probability. Probability, we can finish it off very simple manner. After that, we'll move to the statistics. We start this. We already had some discussion, probability and some questions related to this. What are the key points we have to keep it in mind? The theoretical probability of occurrence of an event E. So probability of E, this is a representation. We will represent an event. Tossing a coin, getting the head, getting the tail is called an event. Tossing a coin is called experiment. Tossing a coin is called experiment. Getting the head or getting the tail is called my requirement. So what is the probability of getting that event will be equal to number of outcomes favorable to E divided by number of possible outcomes. Suppose if I toss a coin, there are two possibilities. Either I will get head or either I will get tail. But if I'm asking you what is the probability of getting head, means favorable outcomes is 1, but total outcomes are 2. So my probability is 1/2 in case of this situation. It is depends upon different situation. There are only 3 kind of numericals they are asking: cards, dice, and coin. Coin is maximum 3 coins at a time, dice is 2 dice at a time, cards is maximum 1 pack at a time. This is only as of now they asked in grade 10 level. But when you move to the grade 11, they may ask dice maximum 3, coins we can't say, cards maximum 2 packs or 3 packs, that's it. But other than this, they will ask some marbles or some different color balls. They will keep in 3 bags: red color, black color, and violet color, like blue color or white color. So what is the probability of getting red color ball out of 8 balls or 9 balls or 10 balls, like this? These are the different definitions related to probability. Experiment, I already told you the activity is called experiment. Best example, throwing a die, tossing a coin, or shuffling the cards, randomly drawing a card from the trial. Performing the experiment once is called trial. Event, the possible outcome of trial is called an event. Event means like it's like a requirement. After tossing a coin, getting the head is called an event, getting the tail is called an event. Sure event, an event whose occurrence is certain is called is sure event. It's not much required. Compulsory, it will occur. Those kind of events are called sure event. The sum of probability of all elementary events of an experiment is called 1. Suppose if I'm tossing a head and tossing a tail, getting a head is 1/2, getting a tail is 1/2. So these are only 2 possible events can in a tossing a coin. So the probabilities of all these events always 1. Suppose if I'm throwing a die, Probability of getting 1 is 1 by 6, getting 2 is 1 by 6, getting 3 is 1 by 6, getting 4 also 1 by 6, getting 5 also 1 by 6, getting 6 also 1 by 6. If I'm adding all these elementary events, 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6, 6 times I will get 6 by 6, it's 1. From this only, if E is an event, its complementary is called, it is true, probability of that event plus probability of not getting that event is always 1. This is called complementary of that event. So probability is always lying between 0 to 1. Rest of all the things, whatever thing we are doing in the numericals, it is depends upon our logics. Suppose if they are giving the coin, writing the sample space is important. Anybody is having any doubt in sample space? Anyone is having any doubt in what is the meaning of sample space? Any idea? Anyone can able to discuss what is the meaning of sample space? Sandhya? Anyone?
Sir, all the possible outcomes.
Outcomes. Suppose if I'm tossing a coin, what is the sample space? If I'm tossing,
Tails.
sorry?
Heads or tails?
Heads or tails.
If I'm tossing 2 coins, if I'm tossing 2 coins,
Sir, both are heads, both are tails, one coin tail, one coin head, and then one first coin head and second coin tail, sir.
if I'm tossing 3 coins, please write and send it to me. If I'm tossing 3 coins, so I will write here. Just one second. I will update the attendance. If I'm tossing 3 coins, what is the sample space? How many will come? Give the number first.
Sir, 8.
8. 8 is right answer. Can able to write?
Yes, sir.
Anyone got the answer? Head. 8, tile, head. H, tile. T. Correct. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Head. HT. Correct, Niranjan. If anybody is not clear, please make a note of this. How to remember? This is a one way of remembering. See here, first row is 4 heads, 4 tiles. Second column is head, head, tile, tile, again head, head, and tile, tile. The third column is head, tile, head, tile, head, tile, head, tile alternatively. Like this, you can remember all 8 probabilities. If you want to remember how I can remember all 8, this is a way we can remember. See here, 4 heads. Yes, this is also one more method, but easiest way is like this. 4 heads, 4 tiles, head, head, tile, tile, head, head, tile, tile, head, tile, head, tile, head, tile, head, tile. That's it. This is one way of recollecting how we can remember. Is it clear? Shall I move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If I'm throwing 2 dice, please write the sample space in a tabular column. If it is a 2 dice, please write the sample space. Guys, able to write the sample space for the 2 dice? When you throw 2 dice, how to write the sample space? Anyone can able to recollect?
Yes, sir. Writing, sir.
Yeah.
Completed, sir.
Yeah. 1, 1. With 1, all possible numbers. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. Like this with 2, 1, all possible numbers. 3, 1, all possible numbers. 4, 1, all possible numbers. 5, 1, 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 1, 6. Total 36 will come.
Completed, sir.
Check. Anyone can explain the well shuffled pack? The structure of the well shuffled pack? Who is going to explain? Sandhya, can you explain? How many colors?
2 colors, sir, red and black.
How many cards in red and how many cards in black?
26 in red, 26 in black.
The total is 52.
52.
How many symbols?
4 symbols.
What are the symbols?
Heart, diamond, spade.
Heart, diamond, each is 13 cards. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Spade and
Clubs.
clubs. So in this, which is black and which is red?
The spade and clubs
and
are
club
black,
are black.
sir. Heart
These
and
two are
diamond.
in red. These two are in black. What are the names on the 13 cards? Numbers, digits, or symbols? I mean, like as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What are the things?
King, queen, and jack.
King, queen, and jock, and queen, and king. JQK. So these are the 13 cards. So based on this combination, any kind of questions they may ask. Let's see. Is it clear, guys? This is the end of the probability, just basic revision. Based on this only, questions might be asked 4 marks and all. See here, asking for 4 marks, 3 marks, is scope is very less. Each and every question is like 1 mark. They will ask 4 marks question, but it contains 4 sub questions. Each is 1 mark. They will give any one scenario, either dice or either cards or either tossing the coins, and they will ask 4 different questions from that scenario. Keep it in mind, 4 marks questions, more scope is from cards only, or drawing the balls from a bag. They will keep some balls, some like 4 red balls, 4 white balls, and 10 black balls, and in a bag, and well shuffled, without seeing if you draw 3 balls, what is the probability of getting. That kind of questions they may ask. Anything we missed, guy, here? Anything we missed? Shall I move to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The next one is statistics. As I discussed earlier, in statistics, step deviation method finding the mean is removed and eliminated from the syllabus. Cumulative frequency graphs, Wigway method, is deleted from the syllabus for this year. So circles no deletion, and coordinator geometry, area of the triangle, is deleted. So keep it in mind. So if anybody wants, I will share this sheet, what is there and what is not there. Let's see what is there in statistics. Statistics mostly based on the formulas. If you are able to recollect the formulas, nothing is there in the statistics. Mean of the group data, sigma fi xi, frequency into number fi xi by sigma fi. Assumed mean a plus fi di by sigma fi, where di is called xi minus a is the provisional mean. We have to assume mean. Step deviation method, anyway the step deviation method is not there, but we already discussed about the step deviation method. X is equal to a plus sigma fi ui by sigma fi into h, where h is a class interval, fi is a frequency total, fi ui is xi minus a by h. From here you can able to find out the a. A is you have to assume one class. From that you can able to calculate the a value. Again, mode is a L plus fi minus f naught by 2f1 minus f naught minus f2 into h. L is a lower limit of the model class, f1 is the frequency of the model class, and f naught is the preceding class of the model class, and f2 is a succeeding class of the model class, and h is the interval size, class interval size. And model class is the class interval with the highest frequency. That is the definition of the mode. For calculation of the median, like the same formula, if it is an even number of terms, half of n by 2 term plus n by 2 plus 1 term. Suppose if it is 10 terms are there, you have to choose 5 comma 6. If it is only odd number of terms, 11 terms are there. Number of terms are odd, if number of n by 2. 11 terms are there. What is the middle number? You can take it as 6, correct? It will be n plus 1 by 2. It will be n plus 1 by 2. It's not nth term, it is n plus 1 by 2 is a middle term. In this case, in case of even numbers, we will get the 2 middle terms. Median for the group data is L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into H. So the mean of the middle terms you can take here. Lower limit of the median class, number of observations, cumulative frequency of the class interval preceding the median class. Here you have to know the cumulative frequency graphs, tables, frequency of the median class and class size. So the relation between mean, median and mode is mode is equal to 3 times median minus 2 times mean. And would be OSI graphs we don't have. But try to learn less than type OSI and more than type OSI what it means. It will be useful for writing the cumulative frequency tables. So this is the procedure how to draw the OSI graphs. It's not required for this year. So anything need to be discussed on statistics, guys? Shall I wind up the class or we will discuss any questions? Will you prepare for the examination? Because 5:30 exam will start, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Will you prepare or we will discuss any questions? Your wish. If you want to leave, you can leave and you can start your own preparation. 5:30, you start the exam and upload because this is the first exam you are writing all the 5 topics together. Am I right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
The next exam also around 4 or 5 topics together you are going to write. Please write, take it as a serious. Like if please consider this is like your school exam and write. Automatically you will feel your board exam is very easy. We are having many exams like this now onwards. Mostly next class onwards, I'm planning to discuss the paper on Saturday, Sundays. I will let you know once I discuss with the Raghav sir. Clear? Shall I wind up the class? Yes? Niranjan, Akash, Amrita, anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubts?
Yes, sir. No doubts, sir.
Yeah, we'll meet in the next class. Bye everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.